Movies like this are actually documentaries, and I'm going to show you why.
I had to become a Freemason because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason.
A lot of people think the wrong things about Earth. It ain't no fucking school. You're not here to learn. You trapped. You trapped in.
All right, Chill Spot crew. Tonight isn't for the faint of heart. From mind-bending mysteries to ghostly figures and paranormal, tonight's video has something for every thrill seeker. These clips come from the darkest corners of the internet, buried and forgotten. So sit back, relax, and let's see how many of these chilling clips you can handle. Don't forget to comment below with your favorite moment.
Movies like this are actually documentaries, and I'm going to show you why. James Cameron, the one who created the Avatar franchise and directed all the movies, stated in his documentary that he was inspired to create the Avatar universe through dreams he had. This man was so in love with the information he was receiving about this world from the non-physical world that he had to make movies off of it, he stated. And all his co-workers and actors are like, yo, if you ask him about the Avatar world, he'll go on, and he talks about it like it's a real world, and he knows all the details, why their ears are pointy, why that grass is green and kind of purple over there, how come they fly in this direction, how come they're all left-handed. He knows why, and he talks about it like it's a real world. Just so y'all know, this is the definition of a channeler. I was so obsessed with the Avatar world when I was younger, and when I was able to astral travel, I was like, I want to go out and see if this place is for real, for real. Let me tell you, this place is for real, and it is beautiful. It looks just like the movie. James Cameron did a good job at channeling this movie. I also realized that I had past lives there, which I just want to say that because many of you may be really drawn to this world and unknowingly have past lives there. I thought you guys would find this kind of interesting. When I went astrally to Pandora, some Na'vi were showing me this hand gesture, and it symbolized something with fire, and I associated it with the Phoenix. This was on September 19th, 9:50 p.m. On October 12th, the Avatar Network page posted this, and that, I was like, whoa. The quote that came with it was, "All shall burn." Fun fact, the Na'vi are actually one of our closest relatives, and they live right next door to us. The Na'vi were actually created in the very same way that we were created, because Pandora is an experiment just like Earth. Just like us, the Na'vi are a mix of a bunch of different extraterrestrial species. Notably, human DNA is within them. So they're just like us and are literally our relatives. And there's a whole bunch of different types of Na'vi as well. There's purple skin ones, which are cave/spacefaring Na'vi. We got tundra Na'vi. We got forest and water and air Na'vi. There's so many different types, just like there's different types of humans on Earth. So when you're watching these movies, know that you are watching a real world that exists with our relatives on it and was channeled by someone who was chosen by ETs to bring this information consciously and subconsciously to the human collective. Don't believe me? Just go in the astral realm yourself and look.
Thank you all for the incredible support. A warm welcome to our new channel members. Let's continue into today's video.
Monster energy drinks are getting exposed right now for containing something so shocking. I don't know why people drink them anyway. You know that M right there? It's not an M. Those are three separate characters. If you look closely, they are not touching each other. They are three separate characters from the Hebrew alphabet, specifically numerical. They look like exactly like the letter 666, the number 666 in Hebrew. And it says right on it, Unleash the Beast, Monster Energy. I mean, it's a biblical reference all over it. But look at these floaties, not the bubbles, but the floaties. Look closely. People are saying that it's nanoplastics, possibly, you know how there's nanoparticles in Coca-Cola? We don't know if it's that clumped together. All I know is if you watered your plants with this stuff, it would obviously unalive them. They would shorten their lifespan significantly. They would probably frickin' coil up. The leaves would frickin' burn off if you watered your plants with it. But people drink it for some reason. It's amazing because the natural world has energy drinks, things you can drink that give you energy. But the world we live in today, which is rebelling against the natural world and against God, has things like this with a million chemicals in it that's totally toxic, that is for some reason popular and people actually buy it, but only through lack of knowledge. Now, if you want a natural energy drink that doesn't fill you with microplastics and pesticides, and in fact, detoxes you, right now Chalk is giving away free superfoods, and this is the Chad Mode Natural Energy Drink Pre-Workout with 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop, plus organic blue spirulina, which binds to phthalates, heavy metals, microplastics, pesticides, herbicides, forever chemicals, and more, and excretes it out of the body. And if you combine that with the hot water purified Shilajit or the Chalk Lit powder, you're getting some of the most potent superfoods in the natural world. Comment free below and check your DMs for details.
This is such a wild story. So yesterday, news broke that a US soldier willingly and without authorization crossed into North Korea, making him the first US soldier to do so since 1982. But the reason why is where this just gets strange. 23-year-old Travis King joined the military in January 2021 and was recently put on rotation in South Korea. But it's reported that he'd actually been in Korean jail for the past 2 months on assault charges after he punched a Korean nationalist in the face at a nightclub and was fined 5 million won for repeatedly kicking the back door of a police car and screaming foul language at the officers trying to apprehend him. Now, after his release, he was escorted to the airport to go back to the United States, where he would face disciplinary action. But he somehow managed to not board the plane. It was reported that since military police officers were not allowed to accompany him all the way up to the plane, right before boarding, he told the airline staff that he had lost his passport, so they were forced to escort him out of the departure area. Now, this guy must have some way with words, because he then managed to somehow join a civilian tour group, leaving from the airport to the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. But according to the BBC, it usually takes 3 days for an individual to be authorized on one of these trips. And apparently they are very closely monitored. Either way, while he was on his tour, an eyewitness said that he let out a massive laugh and then sprinted into North Korea. He's believed to now be in custody. And as a
If you have family or you know anyone that has family living in assisted living facilities across the United States, you may want to check in on them. And why do I say that? Because a video has since gone viral from North Carolina. An individual living at an assisted living facility was told they were going to have hamburgers for dinner. And when he went out to go get his plate for dinner, he was shocked and surprised and started to record. Take a look at this video. Look at that.
I can't even believe it. Yeah, this is dinner. I don't know why I say I can't even believe it. But this is dinner tonight.
Wow.
They're like, we're having hamburgers.
Wow.
We were so excited. I was excited. I was like, heck yeah, hamburgers. And I go out there and this is it right here.
That's the hamburger right there. No bun, no ketchup, no nothing. Just a tiny little piece of meat with sliced pickles. So once again, this video came out of a North Carolina assisted living facility. Now, if you have anyone or know anyone that has family living in an assisted living facility, maybe you should go check on them, like I said at the beginning of the video. Make sure they're getting exactly what they're paying for, and they're not being cheated by the system or getting a small portion of meat like that and sliced pickles. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
That's so sad what they be doing to those people in assisted living facilities. Those guys should be shut down and move them folks out of there to a better place. Spread a lookout if you have someone in there and see if it's true.
A tourist at an Airbnb spotted a frogman creature in Cancun, Mexico. And I don't know what it is about that video, guys, but looking at that video, to be honest with you, I think it's real. That's what people are saying, not me. People are also saying that this whole AI thing came out because they knew that these things would start coming to this earth. So when we see it, and when people catch footage of it, the first thing they're gonna think is AI. But I checked the comments on that video. And there's something about that video that makes me feel that that frogman creature that they spotted in Cancun, Mexico is not AI. Go look at the video, guys. Go look it up. Frogman creature spotted in Cancun, Mexico. I didn't even want to post it because it just looks bizarre. And it gives me reality vibes. This ain't nothing, guys. This is just icing on the cake. You haven't seen nothing yet. Get ready. 2026 is here. It's not a game out yet at all. Go look that video up, guys, and let me know what you think about this. And of course, entertainment purposes only. That was AI. Shut up! I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about that. Go check that video out. Let me know if you think it's real or fake. I'm out.
We waking up, people! Look at this. The CIA just released a document on the black web. We are rising. Look at her running on water. Don't that look like a certain story? Look at that. Oh, they trying to catch you. Can't catch her.
As we descend into the murky depths, the temperature steadily drops and the ocean around us turns a very dark blue.
There's a little popping here now.
The fizzing noise you're hearing is gas being released from the ballast tanks, so that the submersible is heavier than water and sinks.
It's like a really strange aquarium, isn't it? Isn't it ever? It's kind of really bizarre. Yeah.
Here, we're at 150 meters, or just under 500 feet. There are whip-like corals, fish here that specialize in conditions where there is less food, less sunlight, and colder temperatures than near the surface. The green lasers you're seeing passing over the rocks help measure deep-sea objects that can appear smaller when looking through the curve of the Triton's bubble. And just to note that the footage you're seeing here is a mixture of both our own voyage and others taken earlier in the week.
So 150, we're looking at 450. You still see some light. Oh yeah, it'll still be light in this one.
Even at almost 500 feet down, light from the sun was still visible from above the craft. I was told we would need to plunge 1,000 feet for there to be complete darkness. Despite a lack of sea creatures during our time underwater, we were able to collect a valuable yellow sponge. Not bad for our short journey. Meanwhile, back on deck, the ship was preparing for our ascent. And after 3 hours underwater, I too was ready for some fresh air. It was a relief to step out of the craft, stretch my legs and feel the sun on my face.
Really good, incredible. This is amazing. Yeah.
Bruh, I can't make this shit up. Check this shit out. I woke up this morning and made a quick run, and I look up in the sky like, what the fuck is wrong with the sun? Because this bitch looks significantly smaller. It looked like the sun just gave birth to another sun. Shit, it could even be his daughter. But anyway, as I continue my drive, I look into the sky while utilizing my third eye. I look the fuck up and realize that it's 2 goddamn suns in the motherfucking sky at the same damn time. On folding them grave, I ain't lying. Nigga, I'll put that on my mama. I even asked the space station for an explanation. And of course, absolutely no response from NASA. So after 6 o'clock when the sun stop and drop it like it's hot, I witnessed 2 UFOs taking the late shift. But this ain't no regular motherfucking spaceship, because these holographic motherfuckers actually have the ability to shapeshift. Hold the fuck up, I gotta bring it back for the niggas that think it's all cap. Nigga, look at that shit. And then after that shit happened, I witnessed multiple UFOs form a formation like it was a special occasion. And how much y'all won't bet this is an intergalactic threat? Because these motherfuckers flying all in US military airspace, and the US military ain't done shit yet. Y'all thought I was done, huh? Wrong. Let's keep it lit up in this bitch. So as I'm whipping through the interstate, I look up and I'm like, oh shit, there it is. That same UFO in the shape of a pyramid. I even seen some shit that I thought was a plane, but it's actually not. Because a motherfucking plane just can't be flying and in midair come to a complete stop. So now it's about 9 o'clock and my cousin wanted me to walk with him down the block, just so we could talk about his problems between him and his multiple baby mamas that he got. So as he talking shit about this buckethead ass bitch and this other slow asshole, I see a cloud that's cloaked and I already know, nigga, that's a motherfucking UFO. So now I'm like, cuz, I know you see that cloud. And he like, nigga, fuck that cloud. I'm talking about the mother of my child. So I say fuck it and just let this nigga vent. So while he doing all this bitch ass crying, he fucked around and caused my third eye to be blind. I missed the whole motherfucking UFO because of this bitch ass nigga. So now I gotta rewind it. Check this out. If you go all the way back to the last scene, whole time it was a UFO ducked the fuck off, just flashing green. And I know when the UFO get close, whenever I see that big ass glare on my screen. Nigga, fuck that, I gotta bring that shit back. Nigga, look at that. And oh yeah, I look back at the video and I see this big ass red light in the sky that I thought was a street light. But then I realized, nah, that bitch way too bright. You could even see the reflection bouncing off the concrete at 9 o'clock at night. Shit, I even compared the sizes to the light right beside it. And there's no comparison due to the color and the sizes. So due to that fact, my nigga, that's a mothership dropping off other ships from the bottom of that bitch. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm driving down the interstate through complete fog, and I clearly see a big ass light. But I also see that same green ass plane hovering in the distance to the right. Let us know what the fuck is going on out here, because all this astrology shit gotta go through me first. Because you already know I'm putting in big boy G search on my mama, 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 on my mama.
Frogman creature is definitely scary, as we saw in the other video just a few days ago. You should go and check it out, and subscribe to the channel to always be updated. But what do you think of the man running on water? Drop a comment below.
So this reality TV show star thinks he has superpowers, and this causes him to do some really terrible things to people. Now, the guy's name is Chad, and Chad is 40 years old when this story starts, and bro, like I said, he's somewhat of a reality TV star. He stars in this show on Discovery Channel called Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch, where he and his dad live on a big ranch in Utah, and there they hunt for lost treasure like gold and ancient Aztec artifacts that they believe are hidden there. They also investigate potential paranormal activity on the ranch, but, of course, they never really find anything. Regardless, Chad, he's kind of a thrill seeker, and he's definitely got some mental health issues. So one night in 2024, those mental health issues start to become very apparent, because he is out in Amarillo, Texas, riding his Harley Davidson, and the dude blows right through a red light, and a cop in an unmarked police car just happens to see him. So the cop pulls out, and he follows Chad, and he tries to pull him over. And Chad, he's already got an outstanding warrant for a previous past offense, so he decides, fuck the police, and he doesn't stop. And this quickly turns into a high-speed police chase. So he's cruising along for a while, and after he feels like he's lost them, he pulls over in an alley, and he ditches his Harley, and he runs away on foot. But he doesn't get too far before police finally catch him, and bam, they arrest him. Here's his mugshot. Now, Chad, he isn't in jail too long before he gets bailed out. And a few months pass, and it's now 2025. And Chad, he's out driving, and he happens to be speeding. And again, police pull him over, and this time they find that he's driving with an invalid license. And so, bam, police arrest him again. Here's his mugshot again. And he's not locked up very long before he gets out on bail again. Now, during this time, traffic violations aren't the only problems he's having. By now, you know he's a pretty eccentric guy. I mean, on the TV show he's on, he always claims that his family's home is cursed and it contains buried treasure and maybe also UFOs and ghosts and skinwalkers and just all types of supernatural stuff. So at some point, Chad starts believing that he himself has supernatural powers. He believes that he has the ability to see inside a person and see if they are an evil spirit, and he refers to them as predators. So around this time, Chad starts seeing his ex-wife as a predator, and he gets angry at her and he accuses her of being that. Not only that, he accuses his kids of being the same thing. And then he starts threatening to murder them. So his ex-wife rightfully goes and she gets a protective order against him, and he officially gets barred from contacting any of them. A few months after that, randomly, Chad just disappears. His friends and family don't know where he is. And his family knows that his mental health is getting worse, and so they get worried about him. So they go to the police and they report him missing. And eventually, luckily, he is found safe in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But at this point, it's clear that it's only a matter of time before he snaps. A few months after he's found in Albuquerque, he goes to Las Vegas for some reason. And there, he's staying at the Encore Hotel. Well, at some point during this trip, his credit card gets declined, and he isn't able to pay for his room. So he gets all angry and belligerent about this, and he goes and he locks himself in the room, and he won't let anyone in, and he refuses to leave the hotel. So the hotel staff calls the police, and police show up, and bam, they arrest him yet again. Here's his mugshot again. Now, because he was arrested those times before in Texas, Chad has an active warrant out for him for contempt of court. I assume he just didn't show up to his prior court hearings in Texas, so they put a warrant out for him. Regardless, he's technically considered a fugitive in another state. So in Vegas, he has to stay in jail for a while. Now here, in jail, is where things get really crazy for him. As I've said before, Chad believes he has supernatural powers. He believes he has the ability to see spirits inside people, which allow him to know if they are bad people. He calls these bad people predators. Now, during this time, he's in jail, locked up with some people who have probably done some really bad things. So you can imagine his so-called super ability is going off like crazy. But For some reason, Chad really zeroes in on this guy. His name's Christopher. And Christopher, he's in here serving a 6-month sentence for violating probation on a theft case. He also has a history of property-related offenses. So it seems like the guy's got some issues, but he doesn't appear to be a
Quite some interesting clips right there. And shout out to Mr. Ballin for the great story. If you are enjoying the video so far, drop a like below and let's continue with the video.
People of Twitter are asking what happened to Jim Carrey. After this video surfaced of him looking very different. Now, I've seen this happen with other celebrities, but Jim Carrey, I just kind of thought, is he kind of chill? Is he like Mel Gibson? You know, Mel Gibson, he's an insider, but also he kind of exposes what's going on. Jim Carrey, I thought, was chill, but has he been genetically altered or something here, man? Don't say age. He just got older, man. It's like those pictures of Biden where his earlobes are different. Let's check his earlobes, actually. Let's see the ears before and after, because you can't really change ears, eh? Those ones seem to connect with his, you know, people either have the hanging earlobe or it's attached to their head. I guess you could surgery that, but why would you? I'm wondering what's going on in the entertainment industry. I don't know if you can be fully a part of it without joining the club. We also saw it with many, but one that comes to mind was the rapper B.O.B. When he was posting on Instagram all types of stuff, fluoride, pineal gland, trails in the sky. Then all of a sudden he disappeared, and he's the one who blew the whistle about cloning, by the way. He disappeared and then came back, wiped his whole Instagram account, and then his next post, when he was like gaining popularity, everyone was talking about, whoa, B.O.B.'s talking about conspiracies, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he comes back and he drops some music video, pretends nothing happened, and people are wondering if they got him. Now, what do you do when a bunch of people in the entertainment industry say the same thing? There's darkness involved in it, it's shocking and horrifying, and they might genetically alter people or clone them. What do you say with that? Maybe more is going on than meets the eye. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
That's the cutting. And then I would do the same. Now we've mixed our blood.
That's right. I want you to be this way every time you take communion, and you ought to take it a lot. A lot.
Yes, sir.
Now his blood is in my body.
Yes, sir.
It's in there. His blood is mixed with my blood.
I had to become a Freemason because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason. That was my official shrine portrait, which they took as part of my initiation. I was ready to become involved in hardcore Satanism. What did that mean? Well, that meant I had to sell my soul to the devil. I had to sign my name on the contract in blood. I had to sign my name in the black book. You gotta understand something. The satanic doctrine here is that hell is not what we believe it is, or what the Bible teaches it is. The satanic doctrine is that hell is this incredible party. It's like a non-stop, all-eternity orgy. So you're smoking dope, you're fornicating your brains out, you're listening to rock and roll through all eternity. And it's party hardy time. And before I could get onto the priesthood of Satanism, excuse me, I had to get 7 people to sell our souls to the devil. The other thing I had to do, and this might astonish some of you, is I had to become a Catholic priest. I had to go back to my original vocation, because you cannot be a satanic priest unless, first of all, you're a Catholic priest. And if that surprises you, I just suggest that you go and you read some of the medieval literature. You'll see that that is in fact the case.
Labubu, come back to life. Labubu, come back to life. Labubu, are you there? Labubu, are you there? Labubu, are you there?
Cái gì नहीं कुछ उंगली?
नहीं
ये खुद अपनी तो नहीं ला रहा उंगली. चलो नेक्स्ट पे चलते हो.
Come back to life. Labubu, come back to life. उंगली घूमी क्या?
Labubu, come back to life.
Labubu, come back to life. Labubu, come back to life. Oh my God.
Labubu, come back to life.
भाई अभी तक तो मुझे लग रहा है कि कुछ हरकत नहीं हुई है. 2 बार मैंने बोल दिया और अभी तक तो कुछ नहीं हुआ. अब लास्ट बार ट्राई करते हैं, देखते हैं. Labubu, come back to life.
Those clips really gave me the chills for a minute there. What a crazy and evil world we live in. Like we saw in that clip how that guy had to get into Satanism and all of that. Don't ever give in to evil and always stay good. Let's proceed.
There's one word you should never say. Absolutely never ever say the word Skinwalker. Because when you say this word, you are sending up a beacon to say, hey, I'm here. And you are inviting this thing, right, to come after you. Even thinking about it, even watching videos about it, can bring it about. And that's why a lot of Native American cultures, if you ask them questions about it, they don't talk about it at all. They want to forget about it, that even happened. I've heard that the reason it doesn't like you to say that word is because you are essentially calling it what it is. And by acknowledging and saying its name, you are, right, telling it that it is evil, right? I heard this story. There was a man, and he was driving down this highway one night. Now, he didn't believe in any kind of legend or lore. And so he's on the phone with a friend, and he's talking to him, and he mentions the word. And his friend's like, oh, no, man, you're not supposed to say that. Don't you know that? And he's like, oh, man, that's just a myth. Like, that's not true. And as he's driving down this road, he slams on his brakes because he sees something on the side of the road, like kind of going out into the road. When he looks closely, he sees it's some kind of like coyote. And he said as he got a better look at the coyote, he could see that it had yellow eyes. So that kind of freaked him out a little bit, and he kind of just drives around this thing. And he starts slowly going, watching it in its mirror to see what it does. Well, it starts running after his car, and he starts speeding, and he's going as fast as he can. And this thing is chasing him and keeping up with his vehicle. Well, he thinks he's finally lost it because he doesn't see it anymore. And he thinks, oh, it's gone, I'm all right. Well, when he makes it home, he gets out of his car, and he notices in the woods by his house that there's a coyote, like, moving around in the woods.
I caught a real demon on camera at 2 o'clock in the morning on my Doorbell camera, and when I tell you how this happened, you'll probably be able to see it yourself at your house. Now I want you guys to check out the footage of the back porch while I tell you how this happened, because I want you to see that it was a dead still night. There is no wind whatsoever. And you can also see it was the same exact time. So every now and then, whenever I feel like it's time, I'll sit down and I'll start praying over my house to clean it from all wicked stuff. There's so many evil things in this world. There's things trying to, take your children, take your marriage, take your animals, take your house. So many things that the devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. And so I was excommunicating any evil at all from my house. I stopped praying. 3 seconds later, I hear a loud boom. My wife, who was all the way around the house in the back, heard the same thing. Sounded like a giant boom. We didn't know what it was. On a hunch, I checked the doorbell camera. Let me show you what I saw. Watch at 222.44. There was no wind, absolutely zero. In person, it sounded 100 times louder. My wife heard it from tens of foot away in the house, and then back through the house. She heard it all the way over there. Something slammed that door closed. Not wind, of course not the house settling. That was some entity that literally slammed the door closed. I wish I could show you how loud it really was. You better start praying over your house. The days are getting evil.
There's a clip about Philip Anthony Mitchell that's going viral that I want to show you guys. And it's at the end of his message, and he's speaking to two different kind of people. One kind is someone who believes in Christ, but is maybe backslidden, is maybe not submitting to Christ. And then he also is speaking to an unbeliever and what their response should be after hearing about the gospel and what Jesus Christ has done for all of us. And I think this is a very good message for all people to hear, especially in today's time. With everything taking place, understanding that time is running short. Okay, I want to show y'all this video. I thought it was really good. Let's hop in this video, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's hop in.
I close with 2 words for 2 groups of people. First, for the believer under the sound of my voice. I ask you, how in God's name can we read about the sacrifice of what Christ did for you and I? How could you see images of what Christ did for you and I and have no desire to love him? No desire to serve him? People gotta beg you to be in gatherings, beg you to lift a hand, beg you to be faithful, beg you to be generous. How in God's name do we read what Christ did for you and I, rescued you from damnation, saved you, recorded your name in the Lamb's Book of Life, and have no desire to live for him? No desire to be faithful to him. No desire to walk after, but what our response should be, my brothers and sisters, to the cross. Our response to the cross should be a life of service, a life of surrender, a life of love, a life of humility, a life of generosity, a life of gratitude. That the only right response to the cross of Christ is a life laid out on the altar for the Lord Jesus, saying, Lord, my life belongs to you. Your will be done and not my own. It is the cross that compels me to be a better husband to that woman over there. It is the cross that compels me to be a better father to my children. It is the cross that compels me to be a better pastor, a better shepherd, a better leader. It is the cross that compels me to forgive people who have hurt me. Repeat. It is the cross that compels me to forgive. It's the cross that compels me to love even people who are unlovable. It's the cross that compels me to let people go who have been holding in my heart for years. How could you receive that level of forgiveness and not restore that to other people? It is the cross that compels me to be a better follower of Jesus. It's the thing that wakes me up in the morning and says, Lord, for you I live. And if they come and get me, for you I die. And for you and I who call ourselves Christians, that's easy to post. And that's easy to text. It's another thing to live like the Lord Jesus Christ. And our only response to the cross should be, Lord, my life for your sacrifice. Like, how long are we going to keep playing games doing this before something in your heart says, what he has done for me, I surrender all for him. And I am moved to be a better believer in every sphere of influence.
We all can get in an area where we become complacent in our faith and we start to sin more. We stop praying as much. We don't fast anymore. We're not on our knees crying out for God like we were last year when things were looking bad. We are not screaming Jesus Christ is Lord to the mountaintops like we were when we were on fire for him when we first got saved. Maybe we're diving into sins that God has already taken away from us. Things that so easily beset us. And all of that comes down to this. Our heart saying, I don't want to. It's the truth. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fast. I don't want to pray for, I just don't want to do it. You drive past the accident. I don't want to pray for that person. I don't feel like it. I don't want to go and speak to this person that needs to hear about Jesus. The Holy Spirit gives you an unction to speak. I don't want to. And I think that anytime we tell God we don't want to do something, it's only going to hurt. It's going to hurt us. It may hurt other people, but it's going to hurt us. Let me show you what he's about to say to.
Shout out to him for the great teaching he just shared with us today, and simply shows how to live with one another and live with the love of Christ. There is a lot of hate and evil in this world, and we are the ones with the power to change it.
You can be anything, long as you take the concept of moving over from an animalistic nature, crossing over and starting to operate as a higher being and expanded higher consciousness. That's what we are here to do anyway. That's why it's not called a universe for a reason. It's a university, it's a school. We're here to learn as adolescents, take all that information and to experience ourselves in this world, graduate, and then go to another schooling. And that's all Hebrew is one who crosses over from his animalistic nature, crosses over from his adolescence and become grown in spirit, mature, and then able to take all that information to help and impact the community. That's a Hebrew.
A lot of people think the wrong things about Earth. It ain't no fucking school. You're not here to learn. You trapped. You trapped in prison, right? And the way out is in. The biggest trick that they ever did was took something that was in you, hid it from you, and the whole time it's still in you. That's the biggest trick that ever been done. That's why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within. People looking for the way out. That's why they lining up to the church and they giving them all the money, because they looking for the way out, the outward way, but the way out is in. That's why everybody's still stuck here. I'm not saying nothing wrong with religion. I'm not saying nothing wrong with God. I'm saying something is wrong with the pastor. Something is wrong with the imam in the mosque.
Should we even go to church? Like,
listen, when Jesus with the church kicked over the table, every time they went to church, they was outside in the grass, in the ground, in the wilderness, in nature. Everybody supposed to sleep on the floor to be grounded with the earth, but they gave everybody beds and fucked you up, and now your body don't even sleep right. That's why everybody had these joint pains and muscle pains, their body fucked up because you sleep in the bed.
I have walked in a few churches and I'm like, why the hell does church look so nice? Why is the stained glass so nice?
See what I'm saying? Since the beginning of the time, the Christians been a fiend for money. They've been trying to look good, wearing purple garments and everything. That's why Jesus said, you got that purple garment on, that don't make you shit. Clean the inside of your cup before you clean it out. The pastor been like that. That like it's just right now. These motherfuckers been getting money, loving diamonds and gold. That's why they went over and stole all that shit from Egypt. These motherfuckers went over and stole shit and took it back like it's theirs. Anything that shined, they had to have. Y'all playing with me? Everything stolen. It all happened from the Christians. People don't understand this. They go and pray to somebody that conquered the world and force the religion on everybody. Come on, gang, stop playing with me.
This message is for you. Because somewhere along the way, you realized you weren't just here to scroll through reality. You were here to mold and shape it, to work with it, not against it, to create, to understand your mind, your nervous system, your perception, your influence on the field around you. That's why the Yellowbird Academy exists, not as courses, but as a training ground of the spirit, as repeated recalibration sessions that emotionally, physically, and energetically rewire your nervous system, expanding your perceptual awareness naturally. There is nothing to force. Only presence is required. The Yellowbird Academy is a place for people who feel the call to master their world the way others train for medicine, art, or science. Inside, we begin with the master path. Because before anyone guides others or reaches their advanced potential, they must first learn to guide themselves. How to regulate, how to stabilize, how to move through altered states without losing clarity, how to stay human and grounded while expanding perception. From there, doors open. Soon, certification pathways will be available for those who feel called to practice their art professionally. The Academy offers pathways to become a certified hypnotherapist, certified spiritual life coach, and certified intuitive energy healer. The Academy even has a pathway to become a master practitioner for those who feel called to all 3 modalities. Not just titles, disciplines. This isn't for everyone. It's for the ones who feel like they've been in training their whole life, born with a profound resonance, without a place to put that intelligence. If you've been looking for the Academy that reveals how consciousness actually works, you just found it. The Master Path is open now, and it's the first key to everything that follows. We'll see you inside. Transmission complete.
Oh, the power of awareness is so crazy, dog. You literally decide who you want to be, and can't nobody else tell you who you are. Only you. And you do that by choosing how you want to represent yourself in front of the world. It's that simple.
This is the exact formula on how to manifest 50 times faster than your favorite guru. Here's what you need to understand. Reality is nothing but frequency in solid form, same like ice and water. So for you to get to your desired reality, you have to get to your desired frequency. And today, I'm gonna teach you how to get to your desired frequency 50 times faster than all these weird people on the internet. The first step is start to program or talk to your water. Water is the most programmable element in the universe. Water responds to frequency, emotion, and intention. When you speak to your water, it will hold the program, and once you drink it, it will start to program your body from the inside out. So you will start be walking around aligned with your desired frequency. Second step is coordination principle. Fuck toxic positivity. Coordination principle is a little different. Coordination principle is you looking at the signs that the universe is giving, seeing where the universe is trying to guide you, whether it's to move forward or to go a step backward. Doing so, but seeing both of them as a positive. Even if you took a step back and it's slowing you down, you have to see it as a positive. Third step is thought forms like they do in black magic. This is literally how they do black magic. It's all about thought. And what you need to do is you need to start practicing, talking and writing your thought forms, even if it's in your sleep using hypnosis, but that's more advanced. And the last step is you need to start doing visualization and journaling, but done right. Forget all the bullshit that you hear on the internet. Visualize yourself inside the car and visualize yourself with your dream partner. That doesn't work. What you need to visualize is you need to visualize the world after your goal have been achieved. That's why I call it quantum journaling and quantum visualization. You need to see stuff after you have already achieved your goal, after you have sold your company, not when you're selling your company, after you have sold your company, after you have bought your car. See yourself showing it to your friends. And this is how you manifest 50 times faster. If you want to learn more about manifestation and reality creation, click the link in my profile. I'll see you in the next one.
Repeat after me. Good things happen to me every day. Everything is working out in my favor, always and in all ways. I release all worry and fear. I trust myself. I trust the timing of my life and the way that everything is unfolding. I am safe. I am enough. And I am divinely guided and protected. And so it is.
Great videos there for our spirituality and self-growth segment, and I hope y'all have learned a thing or two. Only you have the ability to change, and you can try some of the tips they just shared and grow yourself. Let's continue.
Here are some things that I stopped doing when I finally understood how manifestation works. If you're wondering who I am, I'm Hannah. I studied manifestation and success for over 12 years, and I applied it all to my own life, and I manifested everything from my dream man to my book hitting the bestseller list several times on Amazon. So here are the things that I stopped doing once I really learned how manifestation works. Number 1, I stopped trying to convince people. I don't need anyone's approval to manifest anything that I want, and neither do you. 2, I stopped explaining my dreams too early. Some of the dreams that you have, they're gonna need safety, and you don't want it to be the target of other people's limiting beliefs, so keep it to yourself unless you know for sure that the person you speak to is going to support you and your dream. You do not want their negativity. The third thing I did was that I stopped reacting to my current reality. This is usually where I get the most questions. Listen, I still take responsibility. No, this does not mean that you overspend your money. It means that you do not let your current reality define you. It means that you believe in your future reality more than you believe in the reality that you're living in currently. That means that you are certain of that your reality is going to change, and that it already is changing every single day, day by day, every second. You're getting closer to your goal. In fact, in your body, it already feels like it is here. That's what I mean. Another thing I did was that I stopped forcing positive thinking. This is a game changer. So calmness worked better for me than pretending to be fine. The fifth thing I did was that I stopped checking for results all the time. Because when you do, it's basically you asking the universe, where is it? Is it here yet? And when you ask if something is here, it means that you're basically telling the universe it is not here. So then you're going to keep manifesting that it is not here. The next one is huge. So listen up now. I stopped asking how will it happen. The how is always up to the universe. You do not let your mind, which is full of limiting beliefs, try to come up with the how. The universe knows thousands of ways to give you what you want. You maybe know 2 ways to get what you want. So let that go and leave it to the universe, because it's going to find a really good way. So another thing I did, and this is an important one, is that I stopped copying how other people manifest. I tested a lot of methods, and I kept doing the ones that worked for my brain and my body. And that's a very important part. Not everyone is going to like the same manifestation methods. Manifesting in general works the same way for everyone. You align with the reality that you want, and that reality will become your reality. How you get into the state, though, that's up to you. You need to use the method that works best for you. If it's affirmations, it's affirmations. If it's meditating an hour per day, then it's meditating an hour per day. If it is putting post-it notes up everywhere to remind yourself of your new future, then that's your method. You need to find the method that works best for you. So try a few and see what works. And here's the next one. I stopped waiting to feel worthy. Everything changed when I realized that I was already worthy. And so are you. Last one. I stopped chasing manifestation and I started living from the state of already having the thing I wanted. That's when things began to move. And as usual, because I know I'm going to get questions about my manifestation steps, there is a digital workbook in my bio. It also has a lot of extra bonus tools that you can try. And in my bio, you can also find my quantum meditation that I use myself whenever I want to align to a new future. Now comment, I live the dream.
Jealousy doesn't come from strangers. It comes from people close enough to watch you, close enough to notice when you start changing. See, people love when you're just struggling. They love you when you're figuring it out. But the moment things start working for you, the energy shifts. Less calls, shorter replies, just silence. And nobody says anything because jealousy isn't loud. It's very quiet. It hides behind, I'm happy for you. It hides behind distance. And here's the part people don't like admitting. Some people, they don't want you to fail. They just don't want you to outgrow them. So when the room gets quiet as you rise, don't explain yourself and don't dim yourself. Just notice who's still clapping for you.
Yo, is he even allowed to say this out loud?
There's one message you can tell a youth about life. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, also repels things away from you. Only think about what you want. Forget about what you don't want. Never speak about what you don't have. If there's no enemy on the inside of your mind, no enemy on the outside could ever do you or your body any harm. Don't look out the window. Look in the mirror. What they say, how they feel, do what you want to do and be good at it. Just make sure what you do is good to you and for you. Right.
Damn. I literally cannot say it any better myself. But what I can do is to put you up on some game so that you can understand what he said even better. Now you can find most of what he said in this book. And if you want more of a scientific breakdown, then Google something called a reticular activating system. That's the part of the brain that decides what you ignore and what you pay attention to. And once you understand that, a lot of what he said starts to make more sense. And while you're at it, look up the CBT model of emotions. It's straight up science and it confirms everything that he said. But if you're not into all that science and spiritual and philosophy type of stuff, then you can just rewatch The Matrix. With what homie just said, it might hit different.
So this Caucasian dude burnt a cross in his backyard to intimidate his black neighbors because he didn't want to have black neighbors. He wanted them to move. I just want to let y'all know, if you racist out there and you got a black neighbor, burning a cross ain't gonna scare us anymore. They'll just let you know. I might come out there and light a blunt on your burnt cross. Like, what you got going on? Like, matter of fact, I might just go outside and barbecue. You think I'm scared of burnt crosses? I think you scared of seasonings. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you want to get rid of us, knock on their door and say, hey, we performing exorcisms. Can you come help us? Our daughter tripping. Like at that point, we might call somebody, but we gotta get up out of here. And it's low key funny because he put all that work in to show off his racism, and nobody probably gave a damn. Now he got sent to jail for 10 years. Well, you know how America's set up. It is highly likely that his cellmate gonna be black as hell. So you went from living next to a black dude to a black dude on top of you with your dumb ass.
When we lie, our bodies get very weak. Stick your arm out and hold it up. Don't let me push it down, okay? Now, I want you to do that while lying. And the lie I'd like you to say is, I love to vomit.
I love to vomit.
Say it holding your arm up.
Yeah.
Say it.
I love to vomit. Why? That's so weird.
Now say, I love fresh air.
I love fresh air.
Now, I'm trying my very hard. Let's say it again.
I love fresh air.
Now say, I love to vomit.
I love to vomit. Why is that? That's so strange.
This is why polygraph machines work on everybody with psychopaths. The body lives in reality. The body is honest.
Quite interesting how our body knows when you lie and gets weaker. I didn't know that, but what I know is the eyes never lies. You can tell when someone lies by looking at the eyes. Tell us what you think down in the comments below.
If a person would sit down and let their body relax, totally relax, and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves, and see how you'd like to live your life, see yourself living it that way. Now understand that that's a picture in your mind. Take that picture and describe it, write it out in the present tense. I am so happy now that I see myself, and write it out. Start to read it, and read it, and read it, and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers, all down through history, have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first, it might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it.
Now here's where it gets interesting. Quantum physics doesn't describe a fixed universe. It describes a probability field, one that only resolves into experience through interaction. In other words, reality doesn't exist independently of perception. It coalesces through it.
What if I told you the world's largest rainforest is alive because of the world's largest desert? That sounds impossible. It shouldn't work, but it does. The Sahara looks dead, endless sand, no mercy, no water. The Amazon looks alive, green, breathing, exploding with life. They shouldn't be connected, but they are. Every year, powerful winds rip dust from the Sahara, ancient, mineral-rich dust, and hurl it into the sky. Satellites track it, a massive brown plume crossing an entire ocean, thousands of kilometers, from Africa to South America. And then, silently, it falls over the Amazon rainforest. This dust helps clouds form. Clouds bring rain. But here's the paradox. Too much rain is dangerous. The Amazon receives so much rainfall that it washes nutrients out of the soil, especially phosphorus, one of the most critical elements for plant growth. Without phosphorus, forests starve. So how does the Amazon survive? Because the desert feeds it. That Saharan dust is loaded with phosphorus, enough to replace exactly what the rain steals away every single year. About 27 million tons of dust, the weight of 100,000 semi-trucks, falls onto the Amazon basin, a dead land, keeping a living one alive. The Earth doesn't work in isolation. It works in balance. Sometimes life survives not because of abundance, but because somewhere far away, something barren is willing to give.
If you're not following Science X Lab, you're falling behind. But if you are, congratulations. You're evolving, learning, and growing every single day.
Can you believe that you can remove this ring without taking off the leather cord, and without damaging anything? This is a classic puzzle that challenges independent thinking. Most people assume it's impossible at first. The ring is a complete circle with no gaps, and the cord is fully sealed. No matter how you pull or tug, the ring won't come off. Many people get stuck here, wondering if the only solution is to cut the cord or remove it entirely. But the real key is how we think and approach the problem. With the right mindset and a willingness to try, even the impossible can be achieved. Now, watch closely. First, pull the back part of the cord to the front. Then,
Pinch the front cord from below and loop it around the left bamboo rod. Finally, grab the back cord from above and wrap it around the left bamboo rod. Now, when I release the knot in my left hand, the ring comes off perfectly and the red cord remains intact.
Meu Deus do céu, são centenas. É uma fazenda de visualização. Quem montou isso aqui gastou uma fortuna. Precisa chamar o pessoal da inteligência agora. O celular até o teto.
Parece uma colmeia.
Vai dar um trabalho.
And it's up for eyesight.
Yeah.
That device looks fun to use, and it's like it has some healing effect on the guy. But what do you think of the clip that they found those phones in that house? Now you know how people get millions of views. Tell us in the comments below.
This video is going viral right now on X because a man finds something shocking in the Yeti bottles that him and his children have been consuming out of for many months. Now, he called Yeti and said, something tasting off in these things. How do I really clean them? They said, boil them, but you're not supposed to boil them too much. They said for 5 minutes because it can degrade the seals and could leak. Well, he ends up yanking this thing out and finds black mold growing in the freaking mouthpiece of these bottles. Now, this isn't like oh, Yeti is trying to poison you. But I mean, dude, you gotta watch out in the nooks and crannies of the vessels in which you carry liquid. I will also say, plastic, you don't want to be drinking out of. I don't care if it's cold. You do not want to be chugging water or any liquid through plastic. And I will also say, the best thing you can drink out of, if you're careful and don't smash it, which I never have, is a glass jar. A mason jar, which is also a lot cheaper than these Yetis. But I know they keep them cold, they keep them warm, you can drop them, they won't break. Whatever, man. Plus, we don't know if there's tungsten and other heavy metals in the actual steel of the Yeti as well. Not just this thing up here, which, by the way, microplastics, man. It's unfortunate. But mold will gimp you in the long run. If you get enough mold in your system, we're talking like it can take years to detox it. It's unfortunate. So keep your head on a swivel. Now, mold is one thing to be concerned of, but also the microplastics, pesticides, heavy metals, phthalates, BPA, chlorine, atrazine, and all the stuff we're exposed to today. If you think it's important to start detoxing, right now Chalk is giving away free superfoods. This is the Chad mode that has 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop. Plus, it has organic blue spirulina, which binds to phthalates, microplastics, pesticides, and more, and excretes it out of the body. And that caffeine, by the way, is cold water extracted from green coffee beans, as opposed to being synthetic, which most caffeinated beverages are with synthetic caffeine. If you combine that with the hot water purified shilajit or the chocolate powder, you're getting some of the most potent superfoods in the natural world. Comment free below and check your DMs for details.
Jews don't buy new cars or new phones or new anything because new is a scam. You buy the new iPhone every year. We got flip phones. You buy a new car that loses half its value before you get home. We buy the one you sold 3 years ago for half price. You need the latest sneakers, the latest watch, the latest everything. We need what works. My father taught me something very simple. If it doesn't make you money or make you better, you don't need it. Your net worth is in your driveway. Ours is in our investment accounts. The world trained you to spend money you don't have to impress people you don't like. Jewish families trained their kids to build quietly while everyone else is showing off. You look rich, we are rich. There's a big difference. And I know some of you will get angry at this. Good. Being uncomfortable is the first step to waking up. Comment wealth and I'll send you the guide that changed everything for my students. Send this to someone who needs a reality check.
Yeshua did not die for our sin. It's another religious manipulation. Most people rely on the cheap $30 NIV book and never question it. But when you rely on the NIV, you are accepting religious rhetoric, not the authentic words of Yeshua. The NIV repeats lines like, Christ died for our sins. But when you read in the original Yeshua Testament, you learn that these lines come from Paul, a man who never met Yeshua. They do not come from Yeshua's own mouth. The original Yeshua Testament is the only source that preserves how Yeshua actually spoke. In the original Yeshua Testament, Yeshua never says, I will die for your sins. Not once. Instead, he says, for this I was born, to testify to the truth. He died for truth, for defending God's original Bible, and for confronting corruption, not for sin payment. And here's the deeper issue. The original Bible makes it clear that one soul cannot pay for the sins of another. God says, the soul that sins, it shall die. No man can redeem his brother. So the doctrine that Yeshua died for your sins is impossible in the original Bible law, which is the actual word of God, and it's unsupported by Yeshua's words. It was created later by religious systems that wanted control and obedience through guilt, such as KJV. When you rely on the NIV, an extension of KJV, you inherit man-made theology. When you rely on the original Yeshua Testament, you discover what Yeshua truly taught: truth, courage, wholeness, and complete loyalty to God's word, not a doctrine of fear. If you want to understand Yeshua, don't rely on $30 of religious manipulation. Go to the source that speaks in his language, the original Yeshua Testament.
Wow, that was one of our best episodes yet. If those videos didn't make you rethink reality, I don't know what will. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell, because next time we've got even more spine-chilling content coming your way. You won't want to miss it.